Well, how's it going, Tim?
Hey Chad, what's happening tonight? Go Hogs.
With Big Suey. I'm excited. Big win against South Carolina. Going to stay at home and take on Bobby Petrino and the Missouri State Bears. I reckon is what they are. And I worked for Coach Petrino, and so it's exciting. It's an exciting game for me. Hopefully we're able to go out there and take care of business and easily secure the win this week. But if there was going to be an Appalachian State situation, Petrino might bring it. He almost beat Arizona State last year, right? So, but I'm doing good. I don't know. I guess I'm, up and down, man, this week.
Yeah, Trina coming to town, man. Did some good things, exciting years. You got to work from, so you got a even better uh, experience. I was in college with you at the same time, getting to go to those games and winning and just talking about championships. You know, in the moment, just awesome. We were just riding high off the DMAC years, nut years, and got Petrino in. First off, it's like, man, we got this guy.
Mm-hmm.
uh, with his crazy 41-9 or something record he had at Louisville, and went to the pros, and the whole Michael Vick situation happened, and it's crazy when we first hired him. It was so exciting, man. He really turned it. You could tell, um, even that first season didn't go to a bowl game, but you could tell, like especially that later half of the season, um, what it's going to do. In the next year's Liberty Bowl, we also got the Cotton Bowl. Missed out on the Sugar Bowl, but some good years. But then the mother bleeper, did what he did and set our program back for a decade. And I've been up here living, going to those games.
Look, I was,
Awful, awful. So
yeah,
forget that, man. I know there's some fans that were, crying about giving him respect and not wearing the neck braces, but you know, damn
yeah,
him to hell, man. He bleeped the program up.
yeah, and
Hell of a coach,
how
though.
the whole Dorrell thing. That's always of going to cost me a position on staff. So you know that always pissed me off. Honestly, you know, but he's a great coach, and if he came down and knocked on my door tomorrow and said, "I need you to come up here, to Missouri State, and work with me," then I'd pack my shit and go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
you know,
Of course.
then I think people that worked with him in the past, they have two. There's two types of people. I think that you can kind of categorize them in types, right? There's the types that's like, I don't want to, ever be around the guy again. I had my fill of him, you know. And then there's the guys that's like, yeah, man, let's do it, man. I'll see if he can push me that hard again. Because it takes a lot of commitment, man. He expects a lot, and that's the scary thing. It's like just knowing like how he coaches and what he expects, and yeah, big stage for him. You know, if he wins this, like that's a big deal. He'll probably get a D1 job next year.
I, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
He
I don't think he's
they
going to, but
if anybody's going to give him a chance, even if they were just, I don't know. Yeah, last year I know like that first
Nebraska
Nebraska.
should snatch him up this week. Just get him on up there. Go ahead and
Yeah,
hire him,
that's
Nebraska.
yeah, that's great. I mean, I remember that first game. It was week one. They played Oklahoma. Went to Stillwater and
Mm-hmm.
played Oklahoma State. Had the lead on them and just lost 23-16. Um, Rooting for him then. Really good, really good year, and he's doing well. Sorry, kind of petered out there, but
No, it's I think so. I think we'll see. I don't know. We should get in that. We should shift backwards. We should get into South Carolina, talk about that big win, and quit forecasting or whatever. But you know how I am, man. I'm always looking forward to what's coming down the road too quick.
Oh, no. It's exciting. Well, I mean, we're recording on Thursdays,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's a sign of, especially these wins are kind of Cincinnati and South Carolina. I mean, solid wins, top
Mm-hmm.
25 team, SEC team, but we've just got that attitude this year of that we're taking care of business, and these are just teams we expect to beat, and we're like kind of moving on.
Yeah.
Not that the first couple, it's the Saturday night, Sunday, etc. The rest of the week ain't great, but as far as this podcast goes, we can't help but, you know what I mean. Everybody watched the game.
Yeah, I agree. And also that being said, these two wins definitely, and seeing what A&M has done at the beginning of the year, I'm definitely taking that. I'm still taking that back, right? Like they're not gonna beat us. I don't know why I said that. I'm ashamed of myself for ever saying it. This is a Homer podcast. That's how it is. But man, I just felt like I had to pick. A loss, here and there,
Yeah,
just
I think that's all it was.
to be fair, and tamper expectations. But probably shouldn't have. It looks like we might go all the way this year. It looks like we might win a national championship.
If you saw, yeah, let's say you saw the way Alabama played. I don't think they're as much a concern as Georgia is. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I saw what Georgia did to us last year. What they did to the whole. But can they keep it up another year? You know what I mean?
Look at how they played Texas. We can beat the hell out of Texas. If Texas can keep them within a point, we can beat them. That's just how it is.
Texas. Texas had. Yeah, we were watching them because they played during the same time. Arkansas, South Carolina. So me and Chad were watching that after bowling the other night, and just like that last. Like Bryce Young, Texas had them in the backfield a couple times, like that they were going to stop, and they were going to get them out of field goal territory, and just like couldn't do it because they're Texas and they suck. So, but it's just embarrassing that Alabama had to do that. You know what I mean? Like that Texas ain't better than they were last year, and we smoked them. We would have smoked them down in Austin too.
Yeah,
we do it this year. Wish we played them. We definitely wouldn't have just had to beat them by 1 point.
Yeah, no, hell yeah, man. I don't know, man. We'll see. I just think we just got to keep pushing forward. Just keep pushing forward and just do our best to, attack the teams that we're playing. So I don't know. When I see teams like A&M, having a bad year, Alabama having a bad year. And us playing the way we're playing, man, I start licking my chops, man. I start thinking, like, what if, and I'm like, hopefully we should just dominate Missouri State and just own them from beginning to end and just, just take care of them. You know what I mean? Just beat the living hell out of them. Like, that's what I expect. That's what, if we don't do anything less than that, but there's always the chance that you look past them, that you don't take them as seriously, And so I don't
especially know. Sorry, Chad, but especially with A&M and Alabama, you're licking your chops also at A&M. Like, hey, this is a good time to play them. Maybe they get better throughout the year, but this is a great time to play them. We talked about it last week, Chad. We were talking about it in the podcast that. We regretted because we were picking A&M. Like you feel like they're gonna it was. We didn't want to.
No, but with the money they spent, the players they got,
their credit class is crazy, dude. Like surely, after we lost to them 7-8 times in a row, one, and then maybe they'll take it back just this year. Yeah. It's supposed to be so good, because it's like, well, why don't you pick Alabama? Because the math says we're gonna beat them. Like losing as many times we have, and we're at home, and just it just seems like this is the year to do this. So we didn't want to pick that, but A&M, we said that going back to that, we said that last week. Who they play first week? Sam Houston State or somebody? Just awful, man.
Tough first half in that game.
Yeah,
it was real. Didn't look good at all.
Do you think this game, Chad, we'll find out? To me, it seems like we'll find out early if Petrino brings it. I don't think it's going to be a thing where we get up 28-0, and then gets to a comeback. I feel like he's going to jump out with all his best material, and you know what I mean. If
He's
if that's
already
the case,
came out and told everybody exactly what he's going to do because he does that, and he's been doing that like his whole career. He used to go down the catfish hole and tell everybody. So he's already done
yeah,
that up at Missouri State. So what he said he's going to do is he's going to attack us with speed and hit us with speed routes to try to sling the ball around and go as fast as he can to try to score as much as he can as quick as he can. Right. So that's his goal. And yeah, I mean, if he can get more speed on us than we have at corners, and he praised the secondary and stuff like that, but I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. That's almost like saying, that it's a good thing to attack or something, kind of the way he talked about him. So, can we get to them? Can we just demolish their line and get back there and just sack the quarterback repeatedly, make him hurry up a lot and throw a bunch of interceptions? Play a really good defensive game like we've seen our defense do it really against South Carolina. They played real well, so you might see that. We might see that type of game where defense just demolished. They just can't do anything because they're just overmatched, and that's what you're hoping for. But will we see some crossing routes? Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see some crossing routes, trying to mix people up. I think he'll run routes where somebody has to be wrong, on the field, and then he'll have his quarterback ready to take advantage of whichever defensive player moves the incorrect way. Then you're going to attack opposite, right? So he'll be ready with all that, and it's just like the speed is what he's going to be coming after us with, just trying to outspeed us, and.
can he do that at Missouri State though? I don't know the roster. I wanted to watch a game. Should have watched one of the games this year.
Well, their quarterback's all right, but the last couple games they've played pretty close, right?
Yeah.
And then they had that Arizona State game where they played them real close, right? So, are they going to be able to play us close? I think that if we played Arizona State, we would just, beat the hell out of them, right? So, really, playing them close is not that impressive, to me. So, I think we'll handily take care of the game. Yeah, I think we'll go out there and win it. I think he'll score. He'll probably score early. Score a few times. But I don't think he wins. Not the way we've been playing. Not how our coaches have been coaching. I just think we have a much better team. It's like playing. UCA.
A little bit better. They did their first game this year. They beat at UCA by 2 touchdowns, so not bad.
Yeah, but that's basically what you're playing.
Yeah.
You're basically playing UCA.
You're playing an FCS school, yeah.
Yeah, the Purple Bears. That's basically what you're playing, which is a great school. My uncle went there, and he was he played there and everything. So good place.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I didn't even realize this. Looked it up though. Makes sense because they just beat the number 14 team, UT Martin, but Missouri State's ranked number 5 in the FCS Division 1 AA. That's pretty good.
Number 5. Yeah.
Number 5. Yeah, right behind the Montanas and the Dakotas.
And they were horrible before he got there. Like they were so
they were
bad. They were talking about shutting the program completely down. We're gonna get Petrino. If it don't work out, we're shutting it down.
Now he's 5th.
competing.
Yeah, he's 10-4 last 2 years so far.
Mm-hmm. One of the players said that the quarterback said that he thinks of them as the bad news bears, basically. Like everybody is coming from a situation. Like that quarterback was over at like I don't know, I think it was like Arizona or something like that, or maybe went to Utah or I don't know. His quarterback was at a couple of high profile schools before coming, to play for Petrino. And he was like, even our head coach has, his baggage or whatever. So they kind of equate them to like, and Coach Petrino says he likes to try to give guys second chances. So, you're playing a bunch of guys that are like, they're probably pretty good, but they're it's their last shot. It's their last chance, And then the problem with that is, like, there's a bit of a, ego there, where you're trying to make something of that last shot, that last chance. You get a bunch of these people in the same room and you're fighting for the same goal and, kind of like a porcupine backed up in a corner. You ever reach down and grab one with two hands?
Oh man, yes, Shelley, the quarterback, Jason Shelley, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's pretty good. 19 to 24 for 300 yards. He got sacked 5 times though.
Has JK thrown any interceptions? I don't recall any interceptions this year yet.
KJ, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. I think he's like 4 touchdowns and no interceptions or something like that.
No interceptions all year.
I don't think so.
So we're as good as that quarterback.
Oh yeah, man. It's just more Petrino situation. You were saying he's getting a second chance. Like, this is pretty good against the top 15 team in their league. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. Wow, it's crazy.
I'm just, I'm
glad
that we're gonna be able to have the upper hand. Honestly, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice to get a big win. Man, I was just looking at the South Carolina game. Goodness gracious, what a game that was!
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a game we never felt like we were going to lose. But kind of looking back at it, it seemed like some closer situations than any of us cared for. Third quarter,
Yeah.
Bradley gets that 62-yard pass, burns our secondary, and we're only up 21-16, but it just never felt like we were going to lose it. You know what I mean?
Especially because you're sacking the quarterback constantly. We had like 6 sacks that game. Like,
yeah, the pressure was better. Yeah. And then just five rushing touchdowns. Like they listened to the podcast, obviously. There's no other explanation.
Oh, yeah.
But the coach listened to the podcast, and that's always literate. Just run the ball with those running backs.
That's true.
And guess what? Sanders.
I'm going to say it, man. You got to change it up for this game. You got to sling it around. You got to practice throwing the ball against the team that is going to be trying to run a fast game at you. You want to try practice running over the top of their cornerbacks and things like that, and try slinging around a little bit. That's what I don't know. But if you can just run it down their throat, why not? It's safer, right? Just turn around and hand it to the running back and getting 15, 20 yards. You might as well just keep doing that, I reckon.
I mean,
that's
very
fair. The Houston nut coming out in me.
It's very fair to say. I mean, we're a team that's capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Like KJ, that's all he had to do was go 13 out of 15. Only threw the ball 15 times, which is crazy. But he completes 13. Only got sacked once. I didn't throw any interceptions, of course. Didn't. So it was take care of the ball, but we still scored. 44 points. That wasn't the problem. But yeah, I mean, they still feel like there's opportunity. And I think we will have the opportunity to open it up some more. Will it be this game or will... I do see in this last game against UT Martin, Missouri State only gave up 85 yards of rushing, 3-something yards of carry. So
Yeah.
their run defense seems all right.
I really hope we see some more interceptions in this game. We got one interception in the last game. I think what won the game before, and I'm really ready to see that pick up. Last year we were ball hawks. We were snagging it, over and over again, and I think it's time to show out as far as interceptions go. And that might be. It might be something you do playing a team like Missouri State. Try and go fast, try and sling the ball around, and you're just jumping them.
Maybe they're behind 21-0 real quick. Crowd's going wild. You gotta do something.
Gotta do something. So you're just
Going
going for it.
Passing around, all of a sudden they got 6 interceptions, and he's Trino's pissed and throwing in another quarterback or two. And all of a sudden it's 52-7.
What if you're at halftime? All right, you think you're supposed to have beat them, but you're like 20-21. You're up 21, and they're throwing a bomb. That's when you would want to see a good interception back to the house. Just like they're like, this is it. We're gonna do it right here at halftime, just like Petrino did down at War Memorial. Throwing the halftime bomb, and then it's just intercepted and just taken back to the house, and just like, no, you're at Missouri State, dude. And you just kind of handle the rest of the game. You just beat them pretty hard because they're out of juice. They didn't have enough people to rotate in and out. That's going to be a problem for them. And we got so much depth, so much compared to their team. So.
Yeah, man. The linebackers played really good against South Carolina again. Drew Sanders, the Alabama transfer, led the team in tackles, had 2 sacks, 3 tackle for losses. So that's 2 forced fumbles. So he was really everywhere. 2. He forced 2 fumbles.
Lord.
You don't see him in the same game force 2 fumbles, but so
you don't see that.
So a hell of a game from Sanders. Thank you, Alabama, thank you, Saban, for not playing them. Enough last year and giving it to us. Him and Poole, been a hell of a tandem. And McLaughlin, Dwight from LSU, he had the interception. I think he was the lone interception in the first game. So somebody else needs to. I watched. We all saw Hudson Clark have 3 interceptions against Matt Corral, who was in the NFL.
Yeah.
Come on, bud, just one of these. Maybe he'll have another big interception game against Missouri State or.
We don't have. Well, when we played South Carolina, we didn't have one receiver who didn't have at least 5 yards. So you gotta, as much as we were running the ball, we were slinging it around the field too. There's some nice numbers. Landers at 45 yards, Thompson's at 36, Sanders at 30, Hasselwood at 30, Hornsby at 9, Jackson at 7, Knox at 5. You know what I'm saying? 162 total yards through the air. So it's just like they're doing well too. Not as well as running the ball, but they're doing pretty good. They're holding their own.
And I've got to speak on a speaking addendum for myself from earlier in this podcast. I was reading the stats saying KJ was 13 of 15. And I think that might have been the second half. Look at these the game notes, the game books, and they're 40 pages long, and I'm at the wrong box score. And all right, the final, though, was like, oh, yeah, KJ, even 18 out of 21. Yeah, like you're saying, like just spreading around. Hazelwood, Landers, Thompson, Sanders out of the backfield, Hornsby, quarterback who can play some receiver, running back, Keyshawn Jackson Jr., Trey Knox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like spreading it around, like it feels like going back to what you said again. It's just like we're gonna open it up at some point, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you're just getting better and better every week, and that's all you can ask for. First week there was a lot of worry with the secondary, and then you didn't see that. There was a lot of worry with being able to get to the QB. And then we come in and we play South Carolina, and you don't see it. Those same issues, honestly. There's a couple little breakdowns here and there, but that's different from issues throughout the whole game, which we saw, at Cincinnati. We definitely saw issues the whole game getting to the quarterback and in our secondary. But we didn't see those against South Carolina. So you see a big improvement, and that's what you're looking for. That's what great teams do. They have a great improvement that first week. So
Yeah, that defensive line going from whatever, not very many, I forgot 1 or 2 sacks to 6 sacks. 6 sacks is a really good number
yeah,
in an SEC game. So that's very encouraging to see.
yeah, you're playing a good SEC program. You never know when you're going to win or lose these games. Sometimes they're just the better team in the SEC, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You know, and that's any team you play, and no matter what their damn record is. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen some wild games in the SEC. So I don't know. It's nice though. Can you believe we're 10th in the nation? How about that?
Just the first time we mentioned it, I mentioned Missouri State's, and I was like, I'm telling you, it's bad. I mean, it's actually really good. I'm just like enjoying it and just like living the number 10. I'm not just like, just feels like there's more to be gained. I'm not unhappy with the 10th, but I think it's just going so well. Pittman's got us rocking and rolling so well. This team just feels like just awesome. I mean, man, it was really nice to not play a. I don't want to even call out any of those small schools, you know what I mean? But like Missouri State, the first couple games,
Oh yeah,
but we just got like Cincinnati and South Carolina. It's like, all right, it's not you're not just 2-0, 10th ranked because you went out of conference and beat some
mm-hmm.
not great opponents. I mean, we beat somebody who's in the playoff and an SEC school.
Yeah, you did what we had to do to get where we needed to be. That's for sure. Man,
Just
I don't know. I gotta grab a beer. I'll be right back. It's just the fridge is just right here,
oh no, he's not. He's going to disappear. There he goes. I'll take over for now. Just to kind of reiterate what I like to see. These are what beer do you think he's getting? Another one of those Taps. That's
man.
good.
They're pretty good.
PBR, if you're listening, uh,
Could use a sponsor.
could use a sponsor.
Sorry about that, man. I just had to run in there and grab that real quick.
See, that's not long at all.
Man, I don't know. I'm just looking at it though. Yeah, we just handled South Carolina. We just took care of business. What a wild game. I mean, how much fun was that? Right? Everybody was over at the house. We were hanging out, getting wild. Having a couple drinks.
Born in the
Went
40s.
bowling that night. Tim was throwing the ball like 20, 21 miles an hour, just slinging it down there.
Oh, that's after a long day too. Played some basketball a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
after.
forgot about
Enjoyed the,
horse. Had a pretty
enjoyed the
serious game
beautiful,
of horse.
enjoyed the beautiful Ozark weather, fall weather. Love it, man. Just one of the greatest days of my life. Man, you know.
I can't wait, man, to do it some more.
Well, if Hog wins, like if they would have lost to South Carolina, that day wouldn't have. That would have been. I mean, food would have been. You know what I mean? Food would have been good stuff. It just wouldn't have. Like it ain't the same, man.
Well, we
Anytime the
probably
Hog
wouldn't
wins,
have.
it feels
We
so
probably wouldn't
good.
have like kept going, right?
Now I'd be like, nah, I'm going back to the house, man.
Yeah.
I ain't watching football the rest of the day.
You want to go play some basketball? Nah.
Oh,
Get on that, man. I'm tired. Hog pressure kicking in.
yeah, yeah, no.
So, anyway, I don't know, man. It was good
Love it.
times. So,
What's the opposite of hog oppression? What's the like the elation of like a hog victory? Like a
I don't know. I guess you're in hog heaven.
you know, I'm an idiot. Can you cut that out? Of
No,
me asking what it means. That's
definitely not.
exactly what it is,
Definitely
man.
not cutting
It's
that
hog
out.
heaven. Also
Ah,
goes to the brain where you can't think.
yeah, you never know.
Like when hog heaven's clouded the brain, you're just like,
Just
what's your
excited and
dog is?
happy.
Dude, hog heaven, of course.
Well, yeah, we beat the hell out of South Carolina, and we've been talking about Missouri State this whole time, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, let's get on to Missouri State. What the hell is this? Yeah,
Oh man.
Arkansas provide better game. What the heck? Oh, here we go. All right, yeah, 6 o'clock game. I was thinking it was 6:30. Glad I saw that.
Yep, two undefeated teams clashing for the first time. One team, is in a much less rigorous conference.
You see, the last time we beat him, who was the coach?
Who was it?
Petrino. It was, I guess, opening game 9-3, 2011. You were on the sidelines. Arkansas 51, Missouri State 7. We're leading them 7-0.
51.
I'm sure everybody probably listening, you've probably seen what it's on, but just a heads up, in case you're kind of drunk Saturday, maybe this is your pregame. We've been told that a lot. This is the pregame show to the game, but the game's on ESPN Plus / SEC Network Plus. So be prepared. Have your TV set up if you don't already.
Hell yeah, man. You always got Sirius XM radio too, which I like a lot. I use that.
That's
I
great.
know.
The radio's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's worse things. Yeah, there's worse things than
Yeah.
listening to the radio. Yeah, we kind of said, went on the road to beat Missouri State went on the road to beat Central Arkansas 27-14 the first game. A good win in Conway. Not an easy place to win at. And then beat number 14 UT Martin 35-30. And now they're playing Arkansas.
I think it was like 12 years ago that we were a top 10 program. So think about that, y'all.
This is 2 years in a row we've been ranked in the top 10. Last year, after the A&M game before Georgia. Terrible time to play Georgia, right after we get that ranking. How high could we have climbed if we would have had somebody else after that? Anybody else? So that's wild that Pittman, from what was back-to-back 2-win seasons, a pandemic season, and then bam, two years in a row where we've at one point been top 10 ranked. And it hadn't been done like you said.
This is a hell of a coach to be associated with right here. This is a hell of a stat I'm fixing to read you. All right, with a win against Missouri State, Pittman would become the first Arkansas head coach since Lou Holtz, 1977-78, to win his first 7 games against non-conference foes. Lou Holtz won a national championship, man, and that's a hell of a that's when you're winning like that, you're winning, man. He had us right on the verge. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Holtz. They blew that game against Texas. I talked about that in one of the last year's podcasts.
I think the 77 year should have been
he blew like we had a lead.
championship.
Really held Earl Campbell down, but couldn't get more than 9 points or something. I don't know. I just looking back, man, I just feel like Holtz just kind of the person he's become.
Oh yeah,
then.
he's a horrible.
Outside of football, it's like, yeah, you definitely blew that game against Texas. We should have been champions that year. Thanks, Lou. But he did kick ass.
Hey, look, think about this. Our athletic director, Frank Broyles at the time, went ahead and fired him because he's doing political ads, right? So when you look at his politics, just got to think maybe Frank was on to something. That's all I'm saying. Maybe Frank was right. His politics are pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's not
He probably had him over at the house. You know what I mean? Talking politics and stuff. It's like, man, I got to let this guy go. Then he went and did the Jesse Helm thing, and that was it.
Right now, I mean, yeah, politics, but just human rights, probably knowing the way he kind of stands on things. So he's probably talking. I couldn't imagine what he was saying those kind of behind the closed door meetings about.
Good Lord.
I'm not going to go there, but pretty easy to, not really an assumption, but
I don't know how we got that deep
Where did
into
we
this,
go?
but all I'm saying
Oh,
is that's a
hey,
great
Luke. Oh,
stat. It's a great stat to be associated with because he was a great football coach, man. I mean, O.J. Simpson's a murderer, but he's a hell of a football player, you know?
yeah,
You can cancel him, but those stats are always going to be there.
boy.
You know, it's just how
Welcome
sports
to the
is,
Hog
man.
Call
Sports
Podcast.
just that's just how sports is, man. Sports kind of like just gets through everything, right? Barry Bonds and all the, you know what I'm saying. The whole situation of whatever it might be, sports just cuts through and keeps going.
Cutting through, man. It is cutting through.
Keeping
Yeah,
going.
man. Welcome to the Hog Call Podcast.
Welcome to the Hog Call Podcast with Tim and Chad.
Oh, wow. Their offense coordinator is Nick Petrino. Their
Yeah,
cornerbacks
Nick.
coach.
I think Nick was the OC over at Louisville right before they all got fired.
Tremaine Thomas. He's the cornerbacks coach. So it's cool to see he played here during that time.
That is cool.
The 33rd straight year, Missouri State will play at least one NCAA one FBS program in football. Yeah, they need the money. 1 in 38 all time. Their only win, they beat UNLV 1990.
Is the son-in-law the DC now, or is he the D-line coach? LD. That's his name.
Oh, LD Scott, he's
Yeah,
the defensive line coach.
D-line coach. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So who's the defensive coordinator? I bet's related to him too. Sounds like. He just got his whole family working for him, which is cool, man. Wouldn't that be
Yeah, it
fun?
is. I mean, I mean, it's working. But hey, the thing I'm getting is the Arkansas connections. They also have Reggie Johnson, he's the linebackers coach. He's the
Oh
linebackers coach
wow.
for us. Yeah,
Yeah, Reggie. Yeah, Reggie's a good guy. Hell of a coach. Hell of a
yeah.
coach.
Uh, they don't list his defense coordinator, Chad, because it's Bobby Petrino. Just him, Petrino. That's all they list.
He's still in the DC?
I just can't find him. I'm just making a joke,
Good
man,
lord.
about Petrino
I
and
can't
offense.
imagine that. He's got to have somebody to yell at.
I don't know. They're there sometime. I'll find it for you, Chad. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it again.
I'm telling you, it's going to be somebody related to him.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Shit, hope Sly don't sue me.
And, like, I don't know. Do we need to go through the roster? I mean, I don't feel like we normally wouldn't with a team like this. They're all smaller than us. They're all slower than us. They're all not as strong as us. They're, you know, at least that's the hope. That's what we're hoping for. They got better facilities.
I think all those are. I think all those things are true about them. I mean, it doesn't mean you know we're not going to
Yeah.
kick the butt, but I mean, you just know. When they're playing with line. Well, I mean, shit, they got some like three of their linemen are in the 200s. You know what I mean? Maybe it's 290, but they're still in
Mm-hmm.
200. They're not
Yeah.
all like 330 6'4" like our guys 6'5" and stuff. But um,
Just praying
we got
they're
freshmen
fast.
playing offensive line. Oh my gosh, that's not gonna work out.
I'm just hoping you got the speed to come out there and just surprise Arkansas.
I mean, this is one of those things. Probably when he's getting some of those guys with the second chance, like, hey, we got some big time opportunities. We go to Arkansas. That's gonna be a game. Tell them the whole story, and like, we're gonna make it. This is your second chance. This is my eighth chance. Whatever Petrino's got these schools.
Probably what a useful stat for this game would be their 40-yard dashes. That's what I'd like to know. What's each What's each Missouri State player's 40-yard dash?
And I'm just trying to find it.
I think that'd be a good correlation of can they beat Arkansas is what is their 40-yard dash. The faster it is, I think there's a better chance.
I can't even find their defensive coordinator, so not in their game notes. I'm sure I know I can find it. I just wanted to find it in their game notes. And he's not listed one place.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? What else am I looking up? I'm looking up that Ryan Beard joined the Missouri State.
What's Ryan Beard? All right, do you think that Bellama's going to Nebraska? I mean, that's what everybody's saying. Bellama's going to Nebraska.
You think that's who they're down to? That can't be their first pick. I mean, I just can't. What am I looking at besides Missouri State 40 times? Surely that's not.
Ryan Beard. Who is this
Isn't
guy?
that weird? No wonder he's not on there. On the game notes.
He was an assistant coach at Louisville, 2017-18 season. All right, so that's where he comes from.
It's not very old though. It's not like he's been with them. 2012. You don't want the 2012 40 times, do you?
Oh, he was at Western Kentucky as a defensive back. He played football for him.
2022 football roster. Who's there? Jason Shelley. 5'11". Yeah, Shelley, he came over from Utah State. Oh, wow.
Played under McElwain.
Utah. Well, he played at Utah and Utah State. Okay.
Utah and Utah State. All right, listen. I got one of the states right, didn't I?
Oh, you did. Yeah, no, you did good. That's wild.
I got that. I can't believe I was that accurate just off the cuff.
He's played 2 state schools since he's been in college. Utah State, Missouri State. He's pretty good. 5'11". He looked tiny. I'll be honest. I started to watch that game while I was working the other day, and I just couldn't. I should have just had it on in the background. It just looked terrible, like the UT Martin. I should have just left it on there, man. Just try to get some glimpse, and it was just so. He looked tiny though. That's what I got, and I just couldn't watch it. Couldn't watch the FCS, and I love FCS football in the December when the bowl games haven't started and it's snowing and crazy place. Anyways, I'm derailing this podcast. Thank you, Chad.
Well, here's the thing, guys. I think we got to address the elephant in the room that everybody's been waiting on this whole time. I should have put the bet on Arkansas while I was saying on the podcast that I was putting the bet on Arkansas. At that exact moment, I didn't. And then, I had to get up and I had to get a lot of stuff ready to cook hamburgers and things like that. And I forgot. So we wound up going for it later. And thank goodness we put money on Hawaii covering that spread.
Despite getting blowback from fellow compadres.
Yeah. And we made a couple other parlays, and as we're making them, I'm like, these parlays aren't going to win. They win like 20% of the time, and we make them anyway. And yeah, so but anyway, we got half our money, so we just got to double it up this week. I think that's the only option, right?
Who do you think to go for?
Is there another team that has 58 points being given to them that's a decent team? That was stupid. Everybody should have been betting on Hawaii. And I should have put all that money straight up on Hawaii, just like I should have put it straight up on Arkansas, right?
UL Monroe with Terry Bowden getting 49 points, 49 and a half points against Alabama.
Louisiana Monroe. Yeah, but
Monroe.
they could actually get beat like that, though. That's the thing. They ain't Hawaii.
That's the only team. That's the team that beat Oh, especially Saban. I think this is the first time he lost to him his first year at Bama. They lost to Louisiana Monroe, and they were like, "Oh, my fans were ready to fire him then." Oh, he's not happy about losing to them. Um, Michigan's a 47.5 point favorite over UConn.
Michigan.
Again, man. Michigan's a heavy favorites, man. Vegas loves Michigan.
Over UConn?
Jim Mora, 11 a.m. game. Michigan's
Who's
tired of playing.
UConn's coach? That's what we need to think now. Like,
Jim
who's
Mora.
their coach and what's their record been the last 2 years?
Jim Mora Jr. I think this is his first game, first season back with him. He used to coach him. He coached in the NFL too, right?
So he left and came back.
He's gotten fired.
Remember this guy?
Like he went to the NFL, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's got. I'm just thinking like the 11 a.m. game. They're ready to get on to Wisconsin, Nebraska, and Ohio State. Here we are playing UConn again. We just beat Hawaii. We tamed it down at the end.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't pick against Michigan so much like that. But those are big numbers.
Well, I mean, Michigan's definitely going to run it up. They ran it up, and I can see them running it up. It's just like, can they run it up that high, right? I believe Alabama can beat University of Louisiana Monroe by 50 points, easy. I believe they could beat them by 60 or 70. So that one I'm worried about. But this other one sounds, you know,
Well, Jim Mora Jr. He was made it to the NFC Championship game as the Falcons head coach. Before he was the coach before Petrino, actually.
yeah.
Isn't that wild? Did all this turnaround? Here we are talking about the coach before Petrino at Atlanta. He coached Seattle 1 year, Seahawks 1 year. He did 46-30 at UCLA. Got fired because his last 2 years weren't good. And yeah, UConn, but UConn's so bad. Like the program was so bad. I thought they were in week 0, and I think they won. Like, just it was kind of impressive that like they were better. They definitely beat the spread that week. I don't know why we're talking so much Jim Moore Jr. and the UConn Huskies, but here we are, your betting experts, Tim and Chad with the Hog Call Podcast.
I don't know if I'm an expert. Here's the thing: Clemson, number 5 team in the nation. Can they beat Louisiana Tech by 33 points? Well, hell yeah, they can. Like, that's a scary one, right?
What about Missouri State, Arkansas? That's not even on the board, man. It was like 30.
By 32. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, they can definitely beat the hell out of them. You don't want. What about Akron in Tennessee though?
Yeah, I saw that.
47 points.
That's a lot for Tennessee to get.
Yeah, that's a lot. When's the last time they scored 47 points?
And a half. Well, I'm on it. 2022. When I'm Googling stuff, why do I say it out loud on the podcast? I need
I like it. It lets everybody know what's going on, so the podcast know what's going on.
Thank you, Jim.
I am. Everybody's watching the video. Yes, you could go and you could watch it live if you wanted to while it's happening. Right. Sometimes you see extra stuff. Sometimes we go in and cut stuff out of the audio. So
you never know what you're going to see.
Could be anything.
Definitely not a can of beer. They beat Ball State first game this year, 59-10. That's a 49. So I guess it could be done, but 2 times in 3 weeks.
Man, that's a lot of points to give to Connecticut. I just keep going back to that.
I'm telling you, man. 11 a.m. in the morning. 11 a.m., man. 11 a.m. in the morning. I'm telling you guys. This is Tim and Chad's lock of the week.
I think it might be, dude. Do you want to take them?
Yeah, let's do it. ABC, man. Why are they going to put an ABC Michigan and UConn?
A point and a half.
To make it 48.5 or to make it?
What? Point and a half would be 48, 49.
Oh, 49, yeah. I feel like, yeah. I hate to say that, and then it's like 58-10. 48-point spread. But,
Well, if we buy points and they hit it, we win about. We win. Yeah. If we buy the points, then we'll basically lose $4 if we win. Like, and they don't cover that. I don't think the 2 points are gonna. I think they're either gonna beat them by 47 or they're not. I don't.
yeah.
Do you think
We're,
50? Well, think about this though. Let's think about this. 49 points. Like, how many touchdowns is that? Right?
7.
And
Right.
is that like an even amount of touchdowns? It just feels like.
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know. I'm going for it though.
Oh, cool.
I'm not
Is that
taking
it?
them. I'm not taking the extra points, dude.
No. Is that all? Is that it for our
For what?
for the podcast money?
Uh, for now.
Man, there's some crappy games on this week, man. This is not a great week for college football. At least the morning games are awful. Like I'm trying to come up with picks for us, and it's just
I'm putting in $2 of my own money so we can win $20 even.
let's throw it in. Got $1. Oh, here we go.
I should probably take it and play a game
Nope.
of cash poker. That's what I should do. That's what I should take the money and do.
That's no fun.
It's
It
fun
is
for
fun.
everybody. If I,
Right now,
watch me. I could stream it. No, I took the bet. Connecticut with the points. So
$20. Here we
we
go.
just need them to stay within 47.5 points. So
Let's do it.
and that'll put us back where we started. And if we don't win it, then yeah, might just I can always reach in my pocket and refund the money to the podcast for not putting the money on the game like I said I was going to in the first place. So either way, the podcast will get their money.
You're not have to worry about that. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about
Tim
that.
and Chad's lock of the week, Connecticut.
That's a terrible log of the week, but I
With
feel like it's gonna
47
work out.
points given to them. Can
What is
Michigan
that?
run it up and not allow any field goals or touchdowns, even in junk time, against a good Connecticut program? I don't know. I don't know how good Connecticut is. Like, Hawaii ain't that good, but 53 points? Come on. That ain't happening.
Ooh, pig. What's up, everybody out there? Yeah, while we're on the subject, you want to pick some games here? I have not figured up I've got our picks for the last 2 weeks. I have not figured them up. So,
Yeah.
um, all right, here we go. Actually, let me do this. All right, Florida State at Louisville.
Florida State at Louisville. Florida State is going to win that game. Yeah.
I'll go Florida State too. Air Force at Wyoming.
I'm gonna go with Air Force.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Air Force as well. How about? Sorry, the only reason I picked this game, man, because it's one of the few that were kind of close in the morning. But Purdue at Syracuse.
Let's go with Purdue.
I'll go Purdue too. California at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Go Notre Dame too. BYU at Oregon.
BYU.
I'll go BYU too. Hopefully, they're undefeated by the time we play them. Be a big win for us. Ole Miss at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Ole Miss is gonna win that one. Yeah.
Penn State at Auburn. I got Ole Miss too.
Penn State at Auburn. I would give that to Auburn.
State. Mississippi.
Did you say
State at LSU.
Did you say you're taking Penn State?
Mississippi State at LSU. Yeah, I got Mississippi State or Penn
No,
State.
Penn State.
Mississippi State at LSU.
I didn't hear what you picked on the.
Penn State.
Oh, that's what you went with. Okay, cool.
Nittany. Mississippi State at LSU.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Okay. Man. Hey, computer, on now.
It's a tough game to pick.
What in the world is going on? Yeah. Man,
Mississippi State's been surprising us lately. That's the thing, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. I think I may go Mississippi State down in Starkville. I mean, down in Baton Rouge, sorry. What is... Okay. Michigan at Washington. Michigan State at Washington, excuse me.
I'll take Michigan State.
Okay. I guess I'll go UW there. Miami, Florida at Texas A&M. I want to take Miami, but I'm just like, will A&M be 1-2 going against Arkansas, and then like have to be 1-3? That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Miami.
Oh yeah, me too.
I should probably just put all of our money on Miami. I don't know why I did
They are
the other
7-point
47-point game.
underdogs. They are just 6-point underdogs. Fresno State at USC.
Fresno State at USC. Let's take Fresno State.
Oh yeah, not a bad pick, man. I want to do it. Oh my gosh, but I'm going to take USC. It's a good pick though, Fresno State. Jake Hayner and them boys. Last one, North Dakota State against Arizona, the team I thought so highly of. We both did last weekend.
Lord, I hate Arizona.
Yeah.
North
Go ahead and go with
Dakota
North
State.
Dakota.
They lost me so much money, dude. North Dakota.
That was
State.
awful.
Shit.
I'm with you, man.
I guess I'll take Arizona again.
We should just put all the money in Arizona again. Oh man,
Ain't gonna happen twice, is it?
no, I know. North Dakota State is like, wins the championship about every year though in that division. Oh man. Well, shoot. What's your prediction for the Missouri State game, Chad? The score prediction.
Oh wow, I think Arkansas 57,
Okay.
Missouri State 24.
I kid you not, Chad. I had our scores real similar, or our point score for Arkansas real similar. I had down 58-14.
Oh wow.
We both think we're just going to 50s. I'll be disappointed if we don't.
I just think we're going to score. They'll just score a little more against us. I think they'll come out and probably try to surprise us, punch us in the mouth, see what happens. We're going to have to answer it. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We're going to see some trick plays. I think
Yeah.
he's going to come to win. Like,
Oh, yeah. Nothing to lose.
some of these
Non-conference.
coaches from some of these teams, though, they just come in there and they just, I don't know, they run the ball and they just kind of take their loss. You know what I mean? Try not to get anybody injured. You see that a lot in these type of games where the going to big school, going against a small school, just trying to save their players for conference games and stuff. You see that, you know, they're just coming down to get their $1 million or whatever the hell we're paying them, you know. So I don't think they'll do it though. I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. They did run the ball quite a bit against UT Martin, but I don't think that's what they're going to have to do against us.
I mean, they said speed. They got to use speed to beat us. The only way I see them running it in that scenario is probably pitching the ball, try and get it out to the edge. You know.
It's crazy that that's always what people say about the SEC. It's like it's speed. So like that's their game plan is to come down and beat an SEC team with speed. Come down from old Springfield, Missouri, 2 hours up the road. They are a rival in hockey for sure. Baseball too. We've real interesting matchups. Football, though we know the story, we're 7-0 against them. Expect to be 8-0 after this one.
When is that first hockey game? Is that coming up?
Razorback hockey. Oh yeah, it is.
Razorback hockey. Man, I can't wait to go to a game, dude. I'm gonna get me a jersey this year for sure.
Play Missouri at Missouri State this weekend. How about that?
This weekend. Well, I'm not going up there.
Can't wait for that Missouri game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a game, man.
Home opener against the Tigers from Mizzou. That's
I'm
gonna be
definitely
wild.
going.
Man.
That it's like $5.
It's like
Taking the
Alabama.
whole family to that. Everybody's getting hamburgers and hot dogs and nachos. Take my $5.
I bet the nachos are like $2 and still.
Even if they're like $5, I'll still.
Pretty happy they're making money doing that. Oh yeah, $2 would be a little cheap in 2020.
They're probably like $1.50 or something. They're like, it's just
which will make you
a
feel
little
like
thing where you like peel it back. You know, they don't really actually take it and pump it in the thing anymore or anything. Put the jalapenos on. They don't do none of that. They just get you like a little tub of it with the nachos, and you gotta sit there and dip. Like, come on.
no jalapenos though. That's tough. I like the
I
jalapenos.
used to get like a mound of jalapenos on those things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like one ticket to a football game costs 100 and something bucks. You can buy a jersey plus tickets plus food at a hockey game. It had better seat.
Oh, the seating. It ain't very big, so it's always good
Oh,
seating. If there's
I bet it's gonna be pretty rock and roll in there for that one. I mean,
I've always had a good time there. We've went to a lot of hockey games. I mean, you banged on that glass.
one of my favorite times, just because we like kick their butts. But when we were playing more SEC teams, Mississippi State was in town, and this guy gets thrown out, and he just comes like right by us, pissed off, and just like takes off, like bangs his skates up against the nacho table. Exactly. It's like, geez, this guy's pissed. We're all cheering for it and stuff. Like this guy can turn around and murder somebody with a sword on shoes.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He just went back to the locker room. Good Lord. Can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah. A couple weeks. Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Razorback hockey.
Hopefully they're undefeated too. Like by the time they play at home, I hope they don't run out and lose to some inferior team. I hope they're undefeated because we saw some. I feel like we saw some losses last year we shouldn't have seen that we don't normally see with that hockey team. You know.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can turn it around, get it back to where it needs to be, back to the flagship of the University of Arkansas.
Oh shoot! Wait a minute. This schedule says this is different. Well, this schedule says
Where'd you find a secret schedule?
No, the thing that announces their home schedule. Oh no, I'm just an idiot. Okay, so Mizzou's not the first game. It's the first.
The only bad thing about Mizzou
Dallas
is
Baptist.
because, there's a barbecue competition at the same time.
No, they play. I made a mistake. They played Dallas Baptist September 30th. That Friday night. The Alabama.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that'd be all right one to watch too.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Alabama game?
Yeah, I'm already like,
Wouldn't that
damn
be
it, man.
cool? Go to the Alabama game and then hit up what if it's like a afternoon game? Go to that and then hit up the Dallas Baptist game at 7:30. That'd be kind of cool. Just go straight from one stadium to the next.
All right, after we receive a championship award for the barbecue, go to the Mizzou at 3:15. Oh, we'll get there.
That'd be pretty cool too.
Just with our trophy carrying around. Starkville, perfect would be winning a championship, barbecue trophy, going to the hockey game, and then coming back to the house and watching Arkansas beat Mississippi State and like that, and let that start at like 6:30 or 7. You know what I mean? Just have a
That would be nice, dude. Just enjoying the whole day. You've been up the whole night, the night before, because you have to stay there at the competition grounds or whatever. So
yeah, I'm gonna be of no use on that Sunday, but I mean, that's all right. That's Sunday. That's day of rest. What a podcast! Good podcast.
Yeah, are we done? Is this one? We didn't do our picks, did we?
And
I guess we did. Yeah, we did them. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we do got fantasy. Hold on, man. I know we're missing something.
Sorry, I lost my mind there. Oh, fantasy. That's it. Yeah. We didn't do our picks. No, that's not it. Yeah, we did that. Why did I even say that?
It's time for the Hog Call Fantasy Update.
Dum dum dum.
All right, in the Hog Call Podcast Fantrax League.
Good Lord.
What do you want to do, Chad? Do you want to go through the standings, or do you want to go through last week's matchups? What's your?
So I'll give you a quote. Pick the guys that score the most points.
Not a bad situation.
That's what Florida Hog said. And he's doing well. What a wild situation there, man. Good
He's
Lord.
Tied with me for first place. Just a couple, 23 points behind me. My boss is number 1. That's me right now. It's only after 2 games. I could lose the rest of them, so I should hold off on the shit talking. But Smoking Jays, another great name, is 2-0 as well. So Pit Boss, Team Florida Hog, and Smoking Jays all at 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of 1-1 teams. And then you got Hogstradamus, Kenosha Kickers, and Run Like a Razorback, all 0-2.
Yeah. I think I'm
Team
at
Hog Call,
eighth.
yeah, you're eighth, 1-1, and the defending champions, Big Wiener Bandits. Did have a rebound week, but they are sitting at 11, 1-1. So
Ooh, man. I felt like I had a good team. I had switched some guys in and out. I felt really good about what I had. But I saw what I was going up against last week, and I knew, like, it was going to be a situation. So, we'll try to do better this week. That's all we can do.
that's all you can do. We've got some pretty exciting matchups here coming up. Who am I taking out? I'm sitting somebody down. All right. Let's go back to the fan tracks. It's all complicated. All right. Pit Bosses playing Liquid Pleasure. Arizona Irish Smoking Jays, Big Wiener Bandits, Basco Carrots, Run Like a Razorback, Out of Control versus Team Hog Call. I got you. I got some information that Run Like a Razorback needs to get off the schneid and not be 0-2. But you're also at 1-1. You're looking to. You don't want to be 1-2. So that's a matchup that I'm really looking forward to. Hawkstradamus, I believe in you, buddy.
I'm
If you're out
predicted to win that matchup.
well, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Well, that's encouraging. Team Florida Hog, they're playing Kenosha Kick. They
Hogstradamus
need
has got to turn it around, man. Like,
he's
good
got, he's
Lord.
got, I believe him to beat Evie Dobb. I do. Sorry, Evie Dobb.
He
You're
said
out
we
there listening.
bullied him last year, I guess.
Not a good
I don't
start though,
know who
bud.
would do something like that.
I don't think we bullied them. I just read the standings. I'll admit it. If I'm last place, I'm last place. I'll admit it. Not at the moment, but I could be very soon.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to bully nobody, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
I'll bully you. Team Oxtradamus do better.
He seems like he might be the type of guy that is. I don't know. I just get this impression like he's better at fantasy than, you know, he may be putting more work into other leagues. That's all I'm
Oh, okay.
saying.
This ain't his main league. Like
Yeah.
you know, maybe we didn't. It's not a big enough buy-in or something for this league. It's just for fun. I don't know.
Not a big
There's
enough
a guys that
payout.
need. Yeah, nothing just exciting. All right, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do better than that. Maybe we will increase it. But I've got stacked running backs. I need somebody. I need to trade. Trade. If you're out there, Hog Call members. I need some receivers. LaJonte Wester's available. Goodness.
Well, do you think we've about run this one up? I mean, you're
We
just
have
going
not
through
run
my
this.
players on fantasy.
Yeah.
It seems like we
Hey,
probably finished this podcast up.
yeah, I forgot. I apologize. I think we have wrapped it up. We just love being recorded and hear us talk.
It is fun just to kind of hang out and talk and just enjoy the afternoon.
Waiting for a call from Razorback Rich or Kansas City Carl or Hog Harold or any of those characters.
Yeah. It would be good to get some of them on here. I'm surprised we hadn't seen Rich, send some sort
All
of
right.
something in by now. But maybe he ain't listening to us this year. Maybe he don't like the podcast anymore. He was pretty
He liked it when
critical.
we were losing.
He was always calling in when we were losing.
It's hard to do when you're winning. I'm telling
Yeah. He's just out there just skipping around happy.
you.
Nothing to say. We won't hear to him again until we get a loss, and then we get that voicemail notification.
RICH.
Rich.
Riding down the back road, the county roads. I know what's up, Rich. Just hanging out. Listen to this podcast.
Riding down the back
Drinking
road.
your Bush Light. Switch to PBR. Well, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
man.
actually.
If you're drinking Bush Light, go ahead and start drinking PBR right away. Just this right here. If you're drinking a crappy beer, like that's the one, dude. That's the crappy beer you should be drinking.
Shit. Oh, I'm not going to
It's the
send
least
that in to
crappy
people.
of all the beers, man.
Is that a good tagline? Do you think they'd enjoy that if I sent a clip of this in, like, for promotional purposes? Just like.
Oh, you think
They clip of you saying
I
that.
shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have referred to it as a
Well,
crappy.
I think we'll just say, like, this is the beer you need to be. If you're going to be drinking a beer, this is the one you're going to be drinking. This is the best beer. Just like cut it up.
If you're going to be drinking a beer, drink a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Go Hogs.
Open it up, poke a hole in the bottom, and shotgun that son of a bitch.
16er. Load 16 to.
Big old 16er. I just had these little 12s.
That's all right.
I swear to God, I had 4 beers in there, man. I went to grab one out, and there was only 3. Everybody will tell me they ain't touched them, but I'm telling you, I'm missing them sometimes. I'm missing 1 or 2 here and there.
They should just submit it. It's all right. Unless it's one of the kids, I guess.
No, it ain't one of the kids, man. Good Lord. That's hilarious. Woo Pig Suey.